together. But again, if you notice, my assistant, Mark's assistant, Renata, is here. I don't want anyone to think she works a snowplow or anything, but she is DPW's secretary also, and she handles the residents' issues and relays them to the guys. And so she had a lot more to do and always keeping our residents happy and working with the guys. So with that being said, Township of Washington, Department of Public Works, in recognition of your hard work, dedication, and outstanding service during the 2026 snow season. Your commitment to keeping our community safe and our roads clear is sincerely appreciated.
Thank you.
Who wants to take?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank Mr. Lawler for us.
Yes.
Picture, don't leave, come back, Jim, sit back.
Anyone want to grab a picture?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Clay.
The unofficial photographer.
Give me your best smile.
Got that app that fits us all in?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks again.
Thank you again, gentlemen.
Appreciate it.
Can I get a wallet size?
And ladies.
Yeah.
Next, the mayor has an Arbor Day proclamation.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yes, thank
You
you.
want to read your Arbor Day proclamation?
Yep. Whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas this holiday, called Arbor Day, was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska, and whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world, and whereas trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cutting heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce life-giving oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for fires, and countless other wood products. And whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community. And whereas trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. Now therefore, I, Peter Calamari, Mayor of the Township of Washington, do hereby proclaim April 24th, 2026 as Arbor Day, and I urge all citizens to celebrate Arbor Day and to support efforts to protect our trees and woodlands. And further, I urge all citizens to plant trees to gladden the heart and promote well-being of this and future generations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Payment of bills, resolution number 26-213, authorized payment of bills March 19, 2026 to April 1st, 2026. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Seconded by Dr. Cassio.
I just had one quick
Go ahead,
question.
Mr. Ullman.
On page 5 of the purchase order listing by PO number, it's like the Edmunds printout. For Lurch, Vinci, and Bliss, the review and reconcile GL, do you know exactly what they're doing in that? What role or what action they're taking?
Unfortunately, I can explain it only as they're reconciling the general ledger from the last day of 2025, and that assists them in preparing the annual financial statement. It's done every year.
Any other questions, Mr. Ullman?
No.
Roll call?
Councilman Casio,
Yeah.
Councilman Sears,
Yes.
Councilman Ullman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez,
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Public service announcement for April 6, 2026. Construction has begun on the new DPW building at Town Hall. With this construction, the DPW yard will now remain closed on Tuesdays for household debris and recycling drop-off. Residents may still drop off items on Saturdays between the hours of 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. Please note during the hours of construction, there will be limited parking to the east side of Hudson Avenue. To report a power outage, gas leak, street light outages, or down lines, please call PSE&G at 1-800-436-7734, or you can download their app. 2026 animal license renewals are now past due. A list of unlicensed animals will be given to Tyco, our animal control officers, to possibly issue a summons. Please call or contact the clerk's office ASAP to avoid any future action. New law regarding public notices. Governor Murphy signed into law on June 30, 2025, a new law which reflects the transition from traditional print newspaper to online platforms as of March 1st, 2026. You will find on our township website a tab on the homepage named Public Notices, where all official public notices are required to be posted and may be obtained or viewed. These documents, in addition, will have a hyperlink to the Secretary of State's public notice webpage. Our township's fourth annual Family Spring into Wellness 5K Run Walk and Health Fair will take place on Sunday, May 17, 2026. The event will be held outside the Township of Washington Public Library, 144 Woodfield Avenue. The health fair will take place starting at 8 a.m. and the 5K Run Walk will kick off at 9 a.m. on Woodfield Avenue. Please visit our website for registration info. Our next council meeting will be held on Monday, April 20th, 2026. Thank you. Approval of minutes, none. Report of the administrator.
Good evening, Council President and everyone. A very quick update. Last meeting, Council asked me if we could find out where the sanitary lines for the new development at Franklin Court were going to go. They are going to go to the township sanitary lines. Council President DeSena also asked if we could check into streetlights that were out in the township. The patrol division responded very expeditiously and located 14 streetlights that were out throughout the town and reported them to PSE&G.
Thank you.
This last update, I'm going to try to sneak in a little bit of a discussion to get some guidance from council. Hopefully that'll be okay. But the update is, in fall, early winter of 2025, I brought to the attention some issues that were at the Memorial Field, field lighting, the tall lights. Council assisted me with approving ordinance 25-21, which appropriated $68,601 of already funded funds. So it was not a bond ordinance. We reappropriated a total of $43,601 from old ordinances that we closed out, capital ordinances, and also used $25,000 for capital fund. The project, based on the first estimate, was expected to cost between $50,000 and $60,000. We went back to the original company, which was Hanahan Electric, that was able to complete everything to include the pads around the 10 tall light posts for about $20,000. So right now the balance is at $42,000. The last part of that was to rent a boom, which according to the warranty provided by Hanahan in 2021 when he did the field lights. Any fixtures that were out would be replaced if within 5 years, but the township was responsible for spending the funds to rent the boom. So we have the boom, that was an additional $4,500, which brings the balance down to $42,000. A few weeks ago, Council President DeSena requested us to look into the lights not working around the basketball court at Memorial Field. I wasn't able to determine why or when, but it looks like the electricity was cut to the 4 posts around the basketball court at some point. There were fixtures on the 4 posts. They're very old. The bulbs weren't out. But I would imagine these fixtures will have to be more than 30 years old. They're old PSE&G fixtures. So again, we weren't able to figure out why the wires were cut, but on one of the poles, on the northwest pole, the fixture was taken down, and I think a year or two ago, a Boy Scout for his Eagle Scout project was permitted to put a bat box on one of the posts. So why Hanrahan was at, and by the way, we got all new LED lights on all the posts. We were able to replace all of them, whether they were out or not. So I asked Hanrahan Electric to provide us with an estimate to put lights on those 4 posts around the basketball court if we wish. The estimate is $7,400, and that would put light fixtures on all 4 of the basketball,
So we're moving the bat box?
No, the bat box would not be affected. They would just adjust install the fixture below the bat box. They said it wouldn't interfere with it. I don't know from an environmental standpoint if it would interfere with the bat box, but they said the electricity wouldn't interfere with it. This would give us all new LED fixtures, all the electrical, and the plan would be to put a timer within the electrical box that'll work a timer out on the pole. So say, kids or a group come
Yeah,
to
they
play
turn it on and
basketball.
it gives them like an hour
Like
time.
a 30-minute wing, but it will only work up to a certain amount of time. So if they wanted to come at 2 o'clock in the morning, they couldn't. So by
Between the
ordinance,
hours of 4:30 and
however we
9
decide,
or
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome, because I know a lot of people want to play and there's no lighting there now.
Right. So the only other thing I would think we have plenty of money to do, I just don't have the estimate for it, is put those what did I call those things? The padding that we put around the light towers, around the 4 poles. It's probably not going to add much, but I think the whole project could be done for under $10,000. And if that's the case, if council's cool with it, we'll do it. And then we'll be able to cancel probably about $32,000 of that capital ordinance back into the capital fund balance. So we got a lot of work done. So if the council has
I'd like to see it done, because I know the boys and girls are out there playing basketball and it's very dark, because there's only one light right now and it's very dark there. It'd be nice to have it back the way it used to be, where it's a well-lit court. So I'm okay with it.
I like that timer
And the
idea.
timer idea is awesome too,
Yeah.
because then this way it's not on all the time. If nobody's playing, it won't be on.
Correct.
Because that's probably why the old ones are cut, is because they used to stay on.
I asked everybody, but no one seems to know. They just know it was done. And
It could be the same guy that cuts the fire horn all the time.
could be.
Is it one cut that took out all 4, or?
No, they were all disconnected. Like, we don't think it was like criminal mischief or anything. We could tell it was purposely done because then the wires were wrapped around. We're checking with DPW, checking with Mr. Scudieri from Recreation. Mr. Sears with the green team was kind of participated in the whole bat box thing as well. And, he kind of just remembers electricity not being there. So we couldn't really figure it out. I couldn't find a purchase order that, that was done for it.
So
But-
for 10 grand, we'll get the pads and the timer and everything.
Yeah, a few dollars north or south of that, but
South.
I would hope so. But, we just need 4 pads, but he couldn't give me a last minute. I kind of asked him by 4 o'clock, hey, can you give me an amount? So he wasn't able to do it. But based on how much the ones cost for all 10, I don't think it's going to be another $2,300 for it. But I think it would be good. And just to remind everybody that's listening, by ordinance, Memorial Field can operate up to 11 p.m. It's the only one. Everything else is a half hour after sunset and half hour after sunrise.
Just one additional question. So the field now and the tall lights are remediated, and we're going to remediate the basketball. Is there any other lighting gaps by the clubhouse that need to be done?
Is the pavilion lighting up to code?
I could certainly ask. I didn't.
Right?
But if it's okay, I will.
Can Hanran just confirm that there is a timer that shuts the lights off at 11 o'clock at Memorial?
The big ones?
Yeah.
There is not. It's the responsibility. So I'm getting
It
that
does,
as well.
it does stay on past that some nights.
Right,
And I
so
guess,
it's-
who goes out there, PD, after they get a complaint?
I don't know because I'm not aware of any
Because
complaints.
I left Seasons, we left Seasons the other night at like 12:15, and the lights were still on at Memorial.
Right,
So
so
whoever
I
left them
thought
on.
it, I asked Mr. Scudieri, there was no activities. We thought maybe it was either softball or something, but softball hasn't started yet. So when I talked to Hanrahan today, they said the door closed, like must have closed in the wind, and they couldn't get back in. And that's why they stayed all night. So we coincidentally did get a complaint through the website from a gentleman on Pascack Road that I went and visited today. And I explained how the process works. So I asked the electric company to also give us an estimate to put those switches on a timer. So the switches, if they're left on,
We'll automatically
will
shut off.
automatically go off.
Can we make it like 11:15 so people have
Yeah.
time to get off?
Yeah, I mean, I'll discuss. Yeah, because I think softball can go rather late.
Yeah, but you don't want it shutting off at 11 and then everybody's scattered. Like,
Yeah.
they know it's over at 11.
Right,
They have a
so,
couple minutes to get
yes.
their cards and stuff.
Yeah, and then we'll work on Mr. Scudieri with the activities, and they won't be able to turn on before a certain time and turn off. So technology is pretty good. So we're going to do that too.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Report of the mayor?
Thank you, Mike. Good evening, everyone. It was a pleasure to attend the Ambulance Corps Officers' Annual Installation Dinner. It was an honor to swear in the officers, but even more so to swear in the new members. We appreciate their willingness to help their fellow residents. I also had the opportunity to read to fourth graders at Jesse George School. The children probably don't realize that I was enjoying spending time with them more than they did with me. I enjoyed the annual pancake breakfast held by the fire department. It is always a great fundraiser, and it always reminds me of attending as a child and then bringing my children to the event. Recreation news. The 2026 basketball season has ended. Thank you very much to the many volunteers that helped this season. Congratulations to all the recreation and travel teams that won the championships in their divisions. The 2026 lacrosse program has started its season. Good luck to all the teams. If you are interested in volunteering to coach, please contact Dan Scudieri. A background check for all volunteers 18 years of age and older is required. The 2026 Fun with Art program spring season has started. A big thank you to the instructors. The teams will be drafted soon. Games will begin on Monday, April 27th. The 2026 Summer Camp Program registration will open this Friday, April 10th. Please visit the Township of Washington website under the Recreation page for registration and program details. The Borough of Westwood and Township of Washington Recreation Departments formed a joint venture to create a year-round program called SNAP for children and young adults with special needs. The goal is to provide positive recreational and social experiences for all the participants. The program is open to any child age 7 through young adult who has a physical or learning disability. Please visit our website for more details about this program. Teen Night at the Westwood Recreation Center is available to all Westwood and Township of Washington residents in grades 6 to 8 at no cost. Basketball, ping pong, billiards, and air hockey are just some of the activities taking place on Friday nights from 7:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Parents must register their child in advance at Community Pass, the Westwood site, not the Township site. Police Department news. Officers participated in the Read Across America at Jesse F. George School and Washington School. The mobile APR unit was installed, a new policy was created, and the unit was put into service. The officers completed 1 week of rifle range training and another week of handgun range training for their spring firearms qualifications. The new officers were certified in red dot optics for firearms. Fire Department news. For the month of March, there were multiple fire and CO alarms, as well as 3 runaway furnaces and multiple calls for odors of natural gas. They had 2 calls for arcing wires and 1 call to a residence for a dangerous CO condition. On the 24th, the department, along with mutual aid departments, responded to the shopping center for a gas leak on the property. The scene was deemed safe and turned over to PSE&G. On March 22nd, the department was dispatched to the Parkway for a party entrapped after a single car crash. The department extricated and assisted to remove the victim. The person was unfortunately pronounced at the scene. On March 29th, the department held its annual pancake breakfast and would like to thank everyone that came out to enjoy some breakfast and neighborhood camaraderie. On March 31st, the department was dispatched via mutual aid with a ladder truck into Emerson for a working house fire. DPW news. They unofficially began the garden debris route collections. Spring cleanup started at the fields. They cleaned catch basin grates. The installation of new stop signs has been completed. They filled potholes around town using 1,000 pounds of blacktop, and the employees continued their safety training. Public affairs.
Excuse me, sir, can I interrupt you?
Of course.
Sue, I got a text message that the live feed went out. Sorry.
Ricky Sandalati.
That's okay.
Ricky, are we having trouble with the live feed? I don't have anything from Ricky yet, Mr. Nicole.
All right.
Texted him as well. Just want to let you know. I don't know.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you.
He's texting me back in a second. There was a small glitch with the server, but we are still live.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. No problem. Public
Thank you,
affairs.
Ricky.
Public Affairs continues to make strong progress on planning for the upcoming community events. They are actively coordinating both the July 11th celebration in honor of our nation's 250th anniversary and the annual Memorial Day Parade. Preparations for the July 11th event are in their final stages, with only a few finishing touches remaining. A full event flyer will be released soon. Please stay tuned for additional details. The Memorial Day Parade is quickly approaching, and they are currently seeking vehicles and participants to be part of this important community tradition. Anyone interested in participating is encouraged to reach out to the Public Affairs Office for more information. We look forward to the success of both events and to continued community engagement. Zoning Office. There were a total of 30 zoning applications reviewed for the month of March. Library. The March event saw some great turnouts. Over 120 people ascended to St. Patrick's Day celebration with the Ridgewood Irish Step Dancers. Maker Day brought a wonderful creative energy into the library as residents of all ages learn new skills. The Reading Buddies program continues to grow, and the Jiggly Wiggly Dance Party for toddlers has been a big hit. April programming features a lot of green programming in connection with Earth Day, including a class for adults on how to make wool dryer balls, outdoor green hour story time, and much more. National Library Week takes place April 20th through the 24th and will feature a variety of book displays, themes, and giveaways. The spring newsletter has been mailed out, so please take a look at the many programs offered in the library this season. Municipal Alliance. High school drunk driving and prom safety events have been scheduled. Footprints for Life, an anti-bullying program, has begun. Police Academy and Safety Town plans are being finalized, and Safety Town registration will be opening in early May. Municipal Court. 216 total traffic tickets were issued in February, with 187 from the Township of Washington Police Department and 29 from the State Police. The court collected $6,108.67 in revenue to the township. I'd now like to make some comments on the budget process. First and foremost, I thank the members of the council for agreeing with most of our budget recommendations. However, I would like to point out a few things I fail to understand. Keep in mind that all amounts and numbers may not be exact. The clerk presented me with salaries in some of our neighboring municipalities. Out of the 6 presented, our clerk ranks number 5, with only 1 paid lower for the position. Throwing out the low and the high, they are separated by a spread of $5,000. The administrator also presented me with salaries in some of our neighboring municipalities. Out of the 8 presented, our administrator ranks last. Throwing out the low and the high, they are separated by a spread of $35,000. I use these 2 positions as examples for all of our employees. I will favorably match the performance of our employees with those in our surrounding municipalities. That is why each year we go through the exercise of comparing salaries for a couple of our positions with our neighboring municipalities, and then make recommendations to the council, not to bring them to the top, but in the middle. Again, to use the recommendation for these 2 positions, the cost would have added an additional $7,160 to the total budget. Cost of the taxpayers for these two raises would have been an additional $3 per year on the average assessed value property. The council majority denied the request. Now I need to talk about another position, the one of benefits coordinator. The person holding the position put in additional time beyond what the position calls for when the town was researching lower health care options. We found one that saves the taxpayers over $300,000 per year. It does require the person to do some additional daily work. I recommended an increase to that position of just over $1,500 per year, or $6 a day. That request was also denied by the majority of the council. In the future, when we have ideas for cost reductions for the taxpayers, how can I in good faith approach employees who do research and take on additional work, knowing that the council will not recognize their efforts? Like most organizations, our employees are the backbone of providing our municipal services. For Councilman Cascio, who is paid with government funds for his job outside of our municipality, to initially offer the non-CBA employees a 2% raise when he probably got well in excess of that was insulting and demoralizing. Just because you are not a member of a CBA doesn't mean you deserve less of an increase. That is why I recommended a 2.75% increase, the same as the PBA increases this year. I sincerely thank the council members who saw past his rhetoric and voted in favor of a 2.5% increase. It helps greatly with morale, knowing some members of the council recognize the work and professionalism of our employees who should not be treated as second-class employees. I'd now like to discuss capital purchases. During the final budget meeting, when capital purchases were discussed, members of the council decided to move some items to the current budget. This council has now been seated for 3 budget years. Why make that change during this year's process and without notice to the administration during the final meeting? This is one of the reasons the administrator and I request for capital and salaries to be discussed at the start of the budget process, not the final meeting. The work involved in recalculating each affected employee's salary and move capital spending to the operational part of the budget is significant. It shows some members have no regard for the work involved for the administration to prepare the final budget after the final budget meeting for introduction, or they just do not care. This year, the final budget meeting was held on the night of Wednesday, April 1st. That gave the administration just one day, April 2nd, to prepare the final budget for introduction, as April 3rd was a holiday for the town employees. By order of the DLGS, the budget presentation must take place on March 31st or the next regularly scheduled council meeting, in this case being tonight, April 6th. In comparison, we turned the budget over to the council on February 23rd instead of the DLGS deadline of March 9th, 15 days before our deadline, giving them even more time. In addition, I would like to address the topic of police vehicles. Some members believe the department has too many vehicles. I will summarize the vehicle usage now. 4 vehicles are allocated to our special officers. 3 of them are required by agreement to be at the schools, along with the officer detailed to the schools. None of those vehicles are newer than 2018 model years. They are ex-patrol vehicles with high and rough miles. I believe some council members do not take the use of these vehicles into account when looking at the entire fleet, as we have only had officers in our school for about 5 years. 4 of them are extra-duty detail vehicles. They're used primarily when officers and equipment, including vehicles, are needed and paid for by the utility companies. The newest one of those is a 2016 model year, and those vehicles saw the same previous usage as the special officer vehicles. The department requested 3 Ford hybrid Mavericks to replace most of the extra-duty vehicles. The outfitted cost for each of these 3 vehicles was $39,500. Putting these vehicles into service from new for this purpose, their life expectancy is 10 years. Based on prior years' patterns, they would have generated enough income to pay for themselves in the first year of service, as opposed to the existing ones that have each needed $2,000 to $4,000 annually in repairs. Stated another way, these vehicles would have also paid for themselves over their 10-year life expectancy just from the money being saved in repairs. Vehicle and repair costs will continue to rise. So far, I have accounted for 8 vehicles. There are 8 frontline duty vehicles. They are each used for patrol operations on average 12 hours per day, 365 days per year. They need to be newer vehicles based on their use. The model years on the current ones in service vary from 2019 to 2025. Out of the 2 requested this year, the council funded 1 of them. The process years ago of acquiring 2 one year and the 1 the following year and repeating that pattern used to work very well for the fleet. It has been years since 2 were approved in 1 year. That now accounts for 16 vehicles. 2 administrative vehicles are needed for when officers are on off-site training operations. They are both model years 2009 and 2017. Then there are the chief and detective vehicles, each of which are 2020 model years. That now accounts for 20 vehicles. And lastly, there is the motorcycle that has specialized usage, bringing the total vehicle count to 21. So if the number of police vehicles is only looked at after hours or on the occasional day when there is no extra duty or training taking place, incorrect judgments can be made about the fleet. My question to the council is what determining factors are used to disregard requests from police chiefs who in recent memory each have 30 years of experience? Also on the agenda tonight is an agreement and general release regarding a retiring police officer. As demonstrated by previous occasions when we have executed these agreements, the town saves money in the following years. For example, when we executed 2 of these agreements late last year, the town realized the proposed savings in this year's budget of $200,000. The saving for the average assessed property in town based on that amount is $64. In this current case, the approximate amount is $115,000 of savings in 2027, or another $35 to the average assessed property. I urge the council to unanimously pass this resolution this evening, and if any of them do not, I ask them to please educate us on why they do not want to save the taxpayers' money using this previously proven opportunity. In addition to the mayor's job of always looking out for the interest of the taxpayers, I am tasked with ensuring the town employees are treated fairly and with the respect they deserve. That is why I must call out Councilman Cassio's recent statement from the dais accusing the administration of spending money that was not yet appropriated as part of his no vote to continue the financial operations of the town for the second quarter of this year while the council was meeting to complete the budget process. This is a baseless accusation. Quite the contrary. The most recent audit carried out by the auditor, who was appointed by and reports to the council as part of our checks and balances, showed no actions that even hint of the willful misconduct being accused. The town received the best audit we have had in years due to the administration's work. It also scored the highest ever on its best practices survey. If the reason for his no vote had any merit, which it doesn't, it must be recent, as he voted yes on the same resolution last year, 25-191, on March 17th, 2025, to fund government operations for the second quarter of 2025. This statement is at a minimum demoralizing to the many employees who are part of the checks and balances of money being spent, and at worst could be considered grounds for a defamation lawsuit against the governing body and hence the town by those same employees. Our employees work hard for the taxpayers. They deserve better treatment than this from the elected officials. Statements such as this are nothing more than political sound bites designed to advance a personal agenda and an attempt to distract the taxpayers from his own lack of achievement during his now longest tenure on anyone else on this council. It undermines the legitimate hard work and efforts of other elected officials and employees, opens the town to potential litigation, and is certainly not looking out for and respecting the taxpayers. He also mentioned that I have not turned the budget over to the council by the deadline in our local ordinance of January 15th. Since I became mayor and long before that, the Division of Local Government Services, also known as DLGS, which supersedes local ordinances, has extended the deadline for both the mayor and council's respective parts of the budget. This year, the date for the mayor's budget was extended to February 28th for the next regularly scheduled council meeting, which in this case would have been March 9th. As I said earlier, we submitted the budget to the council on February 23rd, 15 days before the deadline. I will now take even additional time to read the DLGS notice. This is their notice, their edition, 2025-18, put out on December 12th, 2025. It was the cover page, headed CY 2026 Budget Matters. This notice contains important updates on the budget process for counties and calendar year municipalities. Please review the notice carefully. 2026 Budget Deadline Extension and Enforcement. As authorized by NJSA 40A:4-5.1, the local finance board approved at its December meeting the statutory budget deadline revisions set forth below. These changes modify the statutory dates for introduction, adoption, and related budget transmissions. The revised dates are shown below. Budget transmission to the governing body. Revised date 2/27 or the next regularly scheduled council meeting. Municipal introduction and approval of budget 3/31 or the date of the next regularly scheduled meeting of the governing body. Governing bodies may, by resolution, adopt no later than March 31st, 2026 to increase temporary budget appropriations for the 2026 budget as may be necessary due to the extension. Therefore, if he has an issue with any of their changes, he should take it up with them. Conduct like this undermines the work the current administrator and I have worked so hard to move the town forward. It also wastes people's time by having to listen to his misinformation and me having to correct it. Please always hold your elected officials accountable, not just at election time. We all ask the voters for the positions we hold. There are ethics that must be upheld as part of the trust you have all placed in us. Thank you, Mike. That completes my report.
Thank you, Peter. So just very quickly, everybody on this day has spent countless nights, and we thank the administration for all their effort of getting it on the times we did. We were handcuffed by the COA meetings that we had to have, all the affordable housing meetings we had to have, and that delayed the introduction of the budget. And also the planning board meeting that was put on for a Monday night when we had a budget meeting scheduled. So we thank you for getting it done on time. Thank you. Go ahead, Ms. Watts, report of council.
Thank you. Yes, I'll be quick. On March 14th, I also attended the event, the St. Patrick's event at the library. The Irish dancers did a fantastic job. I want to thank the library for all the work that they do to bring our community so many fun and engaging activities. I know my daughters enjoy it very much. I also attended on March 27th, the ambulance dinner. Thank you to all the members who volunteer so much of their time, and to the newest members, welcome and congratulations. On July 11th, as was mentioned in the mayor's report, is the 250th anniversary. I am volunteering, but Sasha and the team are working very hard. There's a lot of fun in store, so please be on the lookout. Save the date for July 11th. And then on May 17th, we will be hosting the 5K and Run, Walk, and Health Fair. The health fair begins at 8 a.m. and the run at 9 a.m. All the information is located on the website. Registration is open and live. Sponsorships are available. If anybody has any questions, feel free to reach out to me. But all the information is available on the website, so please see that. We hope to see you there, and I want to thank the library for hosting us this year. And that's my report. Thank you.
Mr. Sears?
Thank you, Council President. First of all, I would like to thank the council for going through the budget. It's not an easy task to do. We have to balance community needs, residential needs, and what we can afford. And we have to watch the property taxes. Now, going through this property audit, a lot of the values of the houses and taxes are going up. Was it an easy task to do? Absolutely not. But you do the best you can and you make the clearest decisions going forward. I do want to thank the department heads that made great recommendations and kept their line items within the budget, because that made us going forward a lot easier to make proper decisions. And I want to thank those department heads for doing that. On April the 22nd, the Green Team in VFW, which is Earth Day, will be cleaning up some parks. We will be at 4:30 p.m. on April the 22nd on Clark Field. We will start there doing a cleanup. to tree trimming and fertilizing the cherry trees down there. The second, the other item is I met with Matthew Murray from Montclair State. He is the professor that is going to be working with me this year on doing a environmental health study within the community and see how we can address the loss of our canopy and moving forward with the nature plants that the Governor Murphy signed in to be placed along the parks and the brooks. So we have another Zoom meeting tomorrow night. I have a total of 5 graduate students that will be working through IMAP, which is a Rutgers environmental study program that they have. And we have our second meeting, a Zoom meeting tomorrow. So we will be working on that shortly. Thank you. That's
Thank you, Mr. Sears. Mr. Ullman?
Excuse me, I have no report at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Cassio? Are you there, Mr. Cassio?
Mike,
Yes, you have any report for us at this time?
Mike,
Yes.
Michael, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay, wonderful. Okay, I wasn't having a report tonight, but I will respond to the mayor's accusations. But I am not here to make anyone look bad, as the mayor likes to do as such with me. That's okay. I'm okay with it. You know, because I don't get everything I don't want, it is what it is. And the mayor comes across as being very spoiled and petty if he doesn't get his whole budget passed the way he wants it. And I'm okay with that, because it just shows the type of person he is. And that's fine. Listen, all I do is try and make the best decisions for the town as I can. I've been doing it a long time. Maybe some people don't know the intricacies of what goes on, and I'll be glad to educate them. Regards to the budget timing, you know, the problem with budgets and law is that the municipal code does supersede and it can be more restrictive than the county and the state one. And I will leave it at that. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Casco. Very quickly, Washington Township Baseball.
I have to correct him. Siobhan, would you please weigh in on this thing? Does the DLGS supersede our local ordinance?
Yeah, I believe the way it's drafted is that notwithstanding anything, any regulation, statute, law to the contrary, the following are the timelines within which, you know, the budget process has to proceed. So in this particular instance, this statute is drafted to supersede that any local ordinances to the contrary.
Thank you.
You believe that, or that's the fact?
That's what it says. I think, do you have the site? I can read it if you'd like. Into the budget?
No, that's not necessary. It's just you open with, I believe. I just wanted to make sure that, is it, you know, an opinion, or is it, you know, is that?
I know that I know for a fact that it starts with notwithstanding any other regulation, law, ordinance to the contrary. The following are the time for, I'm not, the rest of it I'm not sure, but yeah, maybe Sue can.
That's fine.
You have it over.
I don't know if I have it in this book. I might have.
All right, we'll get it for the next meeting.
Yeah,
We'll look it up at the next.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I don't, the other person.
So on, we'll have opening day for Washington Township Baseball and Softball on April 18th, 2026 at 9 a.m. at Clark Field. The entire council and the administration and all the department heads have been invited to the event. Mr. DiCarlo, you still haven't made it for your sausage and pepper sandwiches.
Three sandwiches.
Yeah, so now you're three, right? So on April 18th, hope everybody can come out and we'll have great weather, hopefully. And I appreciate the invite to the ambulance corps dinner. However, my mom had surgery today. I missed it, but I want to congratulate all the new members and the board on their new installation. And I was, that's pretty much it. Thank you. At this time, motion to open the public comment period.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Would anybody like to come up and address the council for anything that's not on the agenda tonight? Anyone? Yes, Ms. Agnello. Good evening.
Good evening. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Was it
Easter.
Don't rush it.
Easter.
I just have a few questions.
Sure.
In regard to
If you while we use your name.
667.
No, we don't need your address, just your name.
Deborah Agnello.
Thank you, Ms.
I
Agnello.
forgot. I just have a few questions about the property over at Haskak in Washington.
Okay.
One of them is the drainage. Will they be, the new construction that's
Yep.
going on, will they have their own drainage, or is the runoff going to go into our street?
No, they have to meet all the New Jersey state standards for, containing their drainage on
So
site.
then we won't be getting anything on Meissen Street going through the
You should
easement?
not. You should not.
Okay, because that is.
It has not been designed, but
Mhm.
they do have to meet all the state stormwater runoff rules that are,
Are they going to have the normal, regular trash pickup in front of people's homes, or are they going to be trash receptacles?
I believe there's a dumpster enclosure shown right now.
So they're going to be dumpsters. Would they happen to know where the location of those dumpsters will be?
I don't think it's finalized yet.
Yeah, I think that gets worked out when it comes to the planning
Yeah, it'll
board.
get, when you go to the planning board meetings or the zoning board meetings, it'll be
Yeah,
on
there's
there.
a zoning board.
Yeah, but the plans have not been submitted yet, so.
Okay. And another question is, well, first of all, on Friday at 6:45 in the morning, I have these papers. They had about 20 cars, 3 of the property owners, public vehicles on there. Can I bring this up to you?
Sure.
Okay.
No, I'll come get it.
Recording in progress.
I have a few copies. Do you want me to pass?
I'll pass them out.
So when I passed that at 6:45 in the morning and I saw a parking lot, my concern is the parking lot that they want to use as a parking lot.
Oh, the brand new one that just appeared?
Yeah, so it's going to be on the lot on Meissen Street, which is also a residential street. And looking at that disturbed me because that will be right on the corner of Meissen and Washington Avenue.
Yep.
So that is a big concern. If the property owner is, if his best interest is for visitor parking and not for his commercial use, why can't and I don't know, I know the plans are drawn up or whatever, but on the other side, down at the end by Northgate, where the entrances and exits will be, why doesn't he put a parking lot over there instead of on that space?
Because the way the development's laid out will not allow for that to happen.
But it
And we're gonna, and as we revised the ordinance last time, after 1 year of, we're gonna see if the parking lot is needed or not.
I know, but if he doesn't have enough parking spaces to begin with, why doesn't he limit the amount of units he's putting there to make for those parking?
Because our agreement, based on the original ask to what they have now, that's how many units he's gonna get in the agreement.
Yeah, I understand all of that.
It's just a precaution
Yeah.
in the event.
Yeah,
I'm Siobhan Bailey, excuse me. That lot will only be looked at in the event the current RSIS, which is all that's required, that he's
Right.
required to do, is insufficient. The problem with that location is you have to have some type of a backup in the event there's an issue, because there's really no other parking around in the surrounding
No,
area.
and I understand that, but if he can't fulfill parking for his tenants or visitors.
But he can, he
He can,
can
by
build the
law.
parking lot right now as we speak, Mrs. Agnello?
Right where that is on Meissen?
Yes. So either we're trying to appease everybody here. We're trying to work with everybody, including the neighbors and everybody.
Yeah.
But he could build that lot right now as it sits, but we said, let's see if we need it. Just like originally when the application for the shopping center was there, he had to build all that extra parking, but
Right.
everybody thought it wasn't needed. So we had the same caveat, like, hey, we're gonna wait a year. After a year, if you need to build that parking, you're gonna build the parking, and we're doing the same thing here.
I know, but then what's going to happen? How is he going to maintain that part? I mean, it's gonna look awful having a parking lot in the middle of that's our main street that everybody sees. We're gonna have a parking. Do you see that, what it looks like? Is that what it's gonna look like? I mean, that's what he had there on Friday morning. That's
I
the-
can't answer what he did Friday morning. I just see your pictures, yeah.
horrible. You know, this is a residential area. We're not supposed to have a parking lot on a dead-end side street in a residential area.
Well, one of the requirements would be that in the event the town requires it, and it's in the town's control to require it, is that he'd have to go back to the planning board and lay out exactly where it's going, you know,
The setbacks.
the setbacks,
The
the
buffers.
buffers, all of that. So
I
it
get
would
that.
be heavily regulated, appear at the planning board hearings
Well,
and, you know.
It's, you know, we want to keep with the beautification of the town and not have that looking at us. It was horrible when I passed that, absolutely horrible. You know, so if that's what it's going to look like, that's a shame. So anyway, and you know, that's whatever,
No, I
realize-
appreciate you taking the time to come.
and I realize.
We're trying, you know, we're trying to balance, you know, like Mr. Sears said before, sometimes we have to make tough decisions here and we do the best we can. And I think this is the best solution we have right now because the parking is required. So Mr. Burgess is here. He's not going to speak right now because he's got time later, but he'll agree that the parking is required because he's the one that.
But as long as they make it look presentable.
Well, yeah, but we don't, again, that's why Ms. Bailey just said, we don't know what it's going to look like until it's laid out later on.
I remember when he first started all of this stuff 18 years ago, and he used his property as a parking lot. 50 cars were back there.
I
The
remember.
lights,
Yeah.
the noise, his employees at 1 o'clock in the morning throwing beer bottles and smoking cigarettes in that area. There has to be some kind of,
Again, this would only be, this would not be seasons
I
parking.
understand.
This would be townhouse development parking only,
Right.
not for seasons.
yeah. And I understand it's grueling for all of you to listen to us.
No,
all
no,
of us
we appreciate,
complain
no, we, like I said, I appreciate your time
about
coming
the
here.
same things all the time.
No, it's
You
your,
do-
it's your,
You do a
we're here to
great
listen.
job, you know, and you try to answer and do everything for the residents, and we appreciate that. We appreciate you.
I mean, the last thing we want to do is build a parking lot that's not needed and then find out that it turns into something else rather than take the wait and see attitude like we were in the
No,
past
and that's
application.
fine.
Yeah.
But then when that time comes, we have to speak again.
Yes, absolutely.
For ourselves.
Absolutely.
You know, and the town.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, that's our main thoroughway. Who
Yeah, there'll be,
wants to come-
there's buffering required around the parking lot on all sides. So, I mean, they'll have to address that when the time comes.
I understand.
All right.
Excuse me, Ms. Agnello, excuse me. Can you just repeat when this was taken? the time?
Friday morning, 6:45 a.m.
And she-
Was anyone of the town or anyone aware of?
I believe the police was dispatched, right, Mr.
I text the administrator and I text the code official. I believe the code official went there later. I know they said the police were dispatched over there, but you are absolutely right. It looked like
Oh, it was
he
hard.
didn't have enough cars to park in his regular, so he decided to park whatever vehicles he had.
But I could see if like he called you guys, the police department, and said, can I use the lot for a day? And if you approved of it.
But we
then-
could not, we couldn't.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know whoever it is, but they were just there.
Well, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Would anybody else like to come up and address the council at this time? Seeing no one, motion to close the public comment period.
So moved. Can I ask a question about this? Do
Sure.
we know if they were cited?
So by the time the code enforcement officer got there, the violation no longer existed. But he immediately went to Seasons and issued a notice of violation. We were unable to determine, the individual he spoke to knew exactly why he was there, but we were unable to figure out at the time why it was done. But I had further discussions with the code enforcement officer as to what we will do the next time and how we're going to do it. Unfortunately, Ms. Bailey I haven't been able to touch base with her, so I was hoping during the closed session tonight, we could discuss it from a zoning perspective. So we want to make sure our ducks in a row and we issue for the right offense and who can issue it. So
Thank you.
further discussion will be done today.
All in favor to close the public comment period?
So,
Aye.
second.
Aye.
Oh,
All in favor?
Aye.
We had a motion, a second, but we had a little discussion.
Yes.
Aye. Ordinances, adoption, second reading. Ordinance providing for the improvement of Musquapsink Brook in and by the Township of Washington in the County of Bergen, New Jersey, and appropriating $100,000 therefore from capital fund balance of the township. Resolution number 26-214, authorizing second reading and opening a public hearing for ordinance 26-05. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second it. Any discussion? Roll call?
Councilman Casio.
You're muted. Mr. Cassio, you're muted.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Councilman Sears.
yes.
Councilman Oman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Would anybody in the public like to discuss Resolution 26-214? Seeing no one, motion to close the public hearing for ordinance 26-05. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilman Casio.
Yes.
Councilman Sears.
Yes.
Councilman Oman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Motion to adopt ordinance 26-05 at second reading by title. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilman Casio.
Yes.
Councilman Sears.
Yes.
Councilman Oman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. And I wanted to say thank you to Congressman Gottheimer for getting us the funds for this project. It's very thankful and a wonderful opportunity to work with him. Introduction, first reading, ordinance number 26-06, an ordinance under Chapter 87 of the Code of the Township of Washington setting forth the rate of clothing allowance of officers and firefighters of the fire department in said municipality for the year 2026. Motion to introduce and pass ordinance number 26-06 at first reading by title. I'll make the motion.
Second.
Roll call?
A question?
Oh, sure, Mr. Holmes.
Do we set this, or is this a recommendation from the fire department? How does this come to our attention?
It's both. You guys said it, and it's based on a recommendation from the fire department. This year, the fire department is making a recommendation to keep it where it's at. And I think last year.
I think it stayed the same last year. It was
Yeah,
flat
I
last
think so
year.
too, yeah.
So, I mean, I'll certainly approve it, but the one question I have is, if this is a clothing allowance, why would the mechanic get the least? Why would he be?
I can't speak for the fire department, sorry.
Get the least if he's the guy that's, I'm assuming, is doing repairs and working on?
Are we talking mechanic?
Mechanic, yeah. He's saying, why doesn't he get the most allowance? Because he's doing a lot of the work.
I mean, if it's a clothing
General
allowance.
Mechanic stuff.
It's only general mechanic stuff.
Light bulbs and things
Light
like
bulbs
that.
and stuff. Yeah, 'cause everything major gets done by
Okay,
parameter, the
All right.
county, right?
just trying to look out for him.
Roll call?
Councilman Casio.
Yes.
Councilman Sears.
Recuse myself from voting.
Councilman Oman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Resolution 26-215, authorizing publication of ordinance 2606 and schedule of a public hearing. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilman Casio.
Yes.
Councilman Sears,
Recuse myself from voting.
Councilman Ullman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez,
Yes.
Council President DeSenza.
Yes. Ordinance number 26-07, calendar year 2026 ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cat bank. Motion to introduce and pass ordinance number 2607 at first reading by title. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Casio,
Yeah.
Councilman Sears,
Yes.
Councilman Ullman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez,
Yes.
Council President DeSenza.
Yes. Resolution number 26-216, authorize publication of ordinance number 2607 and schedule a public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Casio,
Yeah.
Councilman Sears,
Yes.
Councilman Ullman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez,
Yes.
Council President DeSenza.
Yes. Ordinance number 26-08, bond ordinance appropriating $1,799,000 and authorizing the issuance of $1,464,398 of bonds or notes of the township for various improvements or purposes authorized to be undertaken by the Township of Washington in the County of Bergen, New Jersey. Motion to introduce and pass ordinance number 2608 at first reading by title. Do I have a motion? I'll make the motion. Somebody second
So
it?
moved.
I'll second it then.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Casio,
Yeah.
Councilman Sears,
Yes.
Councilman Ullman,
I'm voting no. I'd just like to get some further clarification on section 4, Part D. I had a question to Mr. DiCarlo, who provided a reply, and I asked for further clarification, so.
Are you on page 5, Mr. Ullman?
Page 5,
Section D.
section,
Amounts not exceeding $200,000, 30 of which is bonding costs.
correct.
And you had a question on this? I believe you got the response. I saw it from Mr. Carl.
I did receive a response, but I have some additional questions. And
Okay. Is that a Mr. Beinfeld question when he comes, or?
I believe, I don't know if he's due here.
I know, well, eventually he will be. Yeah, for the public hearing, I guess, maybe we'll have the answers.
I mean, you know, hopefully.
This one.
okay. Councilwoman Velez,
Yes.
Council President DeSenza.
Yes. Resolution number 26-217, authorized publication of ordinance 2608 and schedule a public hearing. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. Roll call.
Councilman Casio,
Yeah.
Councilman Sears,
Yes.
Councilman Ullman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez,
Yes.
Council President DeSenza.
Yes. Resolution number 26-226, authorized temporary capital budget section CYA 2026. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second it. Roll call.
I'm looking for, oh, this is it.
Councilman Casio,
Yeah.
Councilman Sears,
Yes.
Councilman Ullman,
No.
Councilwoman Velez,
Yes.
Council President DeSenza.
Yes. Ordinance number 26-09, an ordinance under Chapter 87 of the Code of Township of Washington, setting forth the rate of compensation and manner of payment of employees for the year 2026. Motion to introduce and pass ordinance number 2609 at first reading by title. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second it. Roll call.
Councilman Casio,
Yeah.
Councilman Sears,
Yes.
Councilman Ullman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez,
Yes.
Council President DeSenza.
Yes. Resolution number 26-218, authorizing publication of ordinance number 2609 and scheduling a public hearing. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Casio,
Yeah.
Councilman Sears,
Yes.
Councilman Oman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez,
Yes.
Council President DeSenza.
Yes. Budget resolution. Resolution number 26-219, introduction of the 2026 Township Municipal Budget. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Casio,
Yeah.
Councilman Sears,
Yes.
Councilman Oman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez,
Yes.
Council President DeSenza.
Yes. Resolutions consent agenda. The following items have been determined to have the unanimous consent of council and will be enacted in one motion. Should any item require independent consideration, any council member may have such item removed from the consent agenda. Would anybody like any items removed at this time?
Yes. 220,
220, Mr. Sears?
222,
220
and 224.
and 224?
Yes.
Any
please.
others, ladies and gentlemen?
223?
Okay. So I'm removing 220, 222, 223, and 224. Okay. Resolution number 26-221, authorize release of a portion of the performance guarantee, block 2502.02, lot 20, not to exceed $1,000. Resolution number 26-225, authorize solid waste service agreement, First Amendment with the BCUA Solid Waste Cooperative Marketing Program, June 1st, 2026 through May 31st, 2027. Motion to
So
approve.
move.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Casio,
Yes.
Councilman Sears,
Yes.
Councilman Oman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez,
Yes.
Council President DeSenza.
Yes. Resolution number 26-220, authorize release of escrow balances and performance guarantees, various projects not to exceed $18,648.25. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Yes. What are the projects that we are looking for here? For the 18,648?
Sir, I don't have any of that. I don't have that specific answer. I'm not sure.
You don't have that answer?
No, I'm sorry, sir.
Releasing escrow balances and performance guarantees for various projects.
Yeah, but he wants to know what projects.
Should be in the resolution, aren't they listed on the resolution, the block and the lot and the addresses?
The block and lot are.
Yeah, okay.
And the name, but I don't
Have
know
anything else? I
the
have no other
specific
backup either.
addresses.
You want the addresses, Mr. Sears?
Would be nice to see what the projects are.
No, I believe they're homeowner
Yeah.
escrows. They're homeowner
Private
escrows.
property.
They're private property escrows, the ones I used to read one by one, remember?
Yeah, well, I
Yes.
couldn't determine what's going on here. That's why I just wanted an explanation.
All right, so you want to know what the projects are? Councilman Sears, you'd like to know what the projects are then?
I could talk to you tomorrow about it.
Okay.
Okay, we can get it from Ms. Akbar.
Okay.
Roll call? Just for
Councilman-
222.
Yeah, 222. Councilman Casio?
220.
220.
220, wait, yeah, 220.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, 220.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
220.
No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Councilman Casio, yes?
Yes.
Thank you, I'm sorry. Councilman Sears,
Yes.
Councilman Oman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez,
Yes.
Council President DeSenza.
Yes. Resolution number 26-222, authorize adjustment to LoSAP contributions for emergency services for local finance notice 2026-02. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Seconded discussion?
Yes, is this for ambulance?
And
or
fire.
for just the ambulance corps?
No, both, sir.
Both, all right.
Yeah.
And
But this is not their recommendations, this is from local finance.
Yes, the local finance notice establishes the CPI.
Correct, that's all we're doing, but there was other requests made that we're not addressing at this time.
Right.
Absolutely not.
That's, I think, what your question is.
Yes,
This is just the local finance CPI adjustments for LoSAP.
I still have to recuse myself.
What was in the budget book? Yeah.
Yeah, I
No.
still have to recuse myself.
Okay, but that was your question?
Yes,
This does not address what's in the budget book?
correct.
Okay.
Thank you.
Roll call?
Councilman Casio,
Yes.
Councilman Sears,
Recuse myself from voting?
Councilman Oman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez,
Yes.
Council President DeSenza.
Yes. Resolution number 26-223, authorize adoption of the Bergen County multi-jurisdictional Hazard Mitigation Plan 2026. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second it. Discussion?
Yeah, just in the resolution, bullet point, or not bullet point, but point 2 and point 3. Are they mutually exclusive? Will not require the township to readopt any further iterations. And then the next one is separate adoption resolutions. I don't know what the timeline is.
Council President, if it's okay with you, I'd like that.
Yeah,
referred
Mr.
to-
Kenny can answer that. Yeah, thank you, Mr.
Let me get you the paperwork so you have it in front of you.
You need the order, you need the resolution from them? I have it.
I'm just gonna give them up to 10 pages too, because I think Mr. Allen might have another. Thank you.
So I guess the first questions is bullet points 2 and 3 on page 1. Right, Mr. Rowland?
Yes, just, I guess when I read bullet point 2, it talks about content will require revisions. We will not be required to readopt any further iterations of the plan. And then the next one is subsequent plan updates following approval require separate adoption. So does this have a end date?
So right now, this end date is going to be 5 years from now. So this is going to be, we're going to be looking at a 2031 meeting similar to this to go over the revision. So in 2030, they're going to take a look at this plan again. They'll go over everything and any other adoptions that are going to change to our landscape or how our community is. Any other updates that have been in this plan, it's on a 5-year cycle. So this is saying that it's going to cover in this 5-year cycle any minor changes that may have to get updated are okay, but any major changes that occur within that 5-year cycle are going to be outside of this resolution. This resolution that was provided to us by FEMA, and their wording was very specific, to copy everything in their template, otherwise they will not accept it.
That's FEMA for you.
It's a good thing they're being disbanded.
Yeah.
I said that jokingly. I think it's important. Other people don't. Just a couple of other just quick questions. What is our proximity to the Oradell Reservoir? Because isn't that downstream or side stream?
It would be downstream or side stream to us, but it's based off of water flow and
The Swapsit Brook flows to the Oradell Reservoir.
Yeah, but we talk about dam
I said it
failure.
right. What's that? I said it correct, Mr. DeCarlo.
I'm looking on the second page, hazard ranking explanation.
yes.
So it talks about a dam failure, which hopefully never happens, but how would a dam failure at Oradell impact our,
It could be a dam failure in ours, not necessarily direct from Oradell affecting us.
Well, it could be a dam failure from the lake.
It could be a dam failure for our lake, which then would affect our residents in the immediate area and the south.
Bless you.
So in that hazard ranking, it's not talking just in that one area, it's talking amongst our community as a whole.
okay. And then, just, I made a comment, I think at the last meeting as we were ending, but we talk a lot about environmental impact and higher temperatures and climate change. And my only concern is that, we were fortunate to get a grant from the federal government. I don't know if they would be as forgiving if we blame everything on climate change, which they don't believe in. So I'm just wondering, should this be toned down, or is there something we should say that, the town doesn't believe in climate change, but we have to put it in anyway?
I don't think we want to say that.
So what I will note is that the instructions that I was given direct from this template that was provided by FEMA was to, in the best of our ability, not make any changes of it. If they look at this if they look at this resolution when it's provided to them, because our due date is April 15th, when they look at this resolution, if it doesn't meet everything that they want based off of the template they provided for us, they can kick it back to us. We would then be out of the deadline, which would cause another host of issues. If we're out of this deadline, we're considered non-compliant by FEMA. And from that point, it's going to limit us to apply for grants from FEMA for hazard mitigation and disaster recovery.
Also, disaster recovery and emergency funding, right? If we're not in compliance.
We would then be non-compliant as an applicant.
So-
For outside of this. So even though the federal government does consider the term climate change to be a hot button topic, it was listed in their template that they said, provide this, do your best to not make any changes to it, and submit your resolutions back.
So when you say resolution, you're talking about the entire package, not just
The
the
entire
two-page?
package.
Okay.
The two-page resolution that you guys have, 26-223, is what's adopting our portion of the 10-page 66, which is a 10-page portion of the roughly 860-page document, which encompasses the entire county of Bergen.
Okay. And then the last question, because it's, fairly comprehensive, but in the back, there are a number of checklists, and some of those are blank. For instance,
Floodplain development.
yeah, the capabilities assessment, stormwater management plan, watershed management plan. I would assume they're yes or no, and if it's no, that we could put an explanation, or
If it's no, we could put an explanation, or if it's blank, if it's not covered because of some things in an area that's either covered by a master plan from either the county or somewhere else. If it's not directly relative to us, it could either stay blank or be answered as no.
so can we note why it's not?
I would have to go back for a rendition with the county to discuss this with the private entity that helped us.
Sometimes less is more, Mr. Ehrman, with FEMA.
Understood, but it's floodplain development ordinance. There's a yes or a no, and it's blank. So does that mean it's a maybe?
It was some of the questions that I had going through. This was also my first rendition of the plan, and everything that I was explained is that they are tip top and happy with how everything is set up.
They're happy with our 10 pages of what we submitted.
They're happy with our section, and they're happy with the county section as the larger, greater document.
As long as they're happy, then I guess we should all be happy.
Thank you, Mr. Kenny.
Thank you, folks.
Roll call?
Councilman Casio,
Civil unrest could be both of them.
Yeah.
Councilman Sears,
Yes.
Councilman Oman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez,
Yes.
Council President DeSantis.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Kenny, for all the work you put into this. It's a lot of work. Thank you. Resolution number 26-224, authorize acceptance of the bid and award of contract for the Musquapsink Brook Project to Downs Tree Service, Inc., in the amount of not to exceed $669,280. I'll make the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call?
No discussion.
Yeah.
Okay. Councilman, no discussion.
All right, go
Councilman
on.
Casio said yes. Councilman Sears,
No.
Yeah.
Councilman Oman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez,
Yes.
Council President DeSantis.
Yes. Motion to adjourn to conference agenda.
So move.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Next regular meeting of the Township Council will be on Monday, April 20th, 2026, beginning at 7 p.m. Sign up for Nixle. Text 07676 to 888-777. Key code TWP of Bergen. Thank you. Under conference agenda, we will go into closed session. Resolution number 26-230.
God bless you.
Employment agreement with the police department, 660 Pascack Road settlement agreement, and 370 Pascack Road affordable housing. The Township Council anticipates that an open session will be necessary at the end of closed session. Thank you. Motion to enter into closed session.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We'll take a 5-minute recess so Rick can shut off the cameras.
Yep.
Or
And
I'm sure you can do it remotely.
You go out, and I'm gonna bring you back in on the second Zoom, okay?
All right.
All right.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Reintroduction, first reading, ordinance number 26-04, an amended ordinance of the Township of Washington, Bergen County, New Jersey, amending ordinance 2602 as to section 4 only, creating a new chapter 580-38.3 AH2 Affordable Housing District and establishing development regulations for block 2110, lot 1, and lots 6 through 11. Motion to introduce and pass ordinance number 2604 at first reading by title.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilman Casio,
Yes.
Councilman Sears,
Yes.
Councilman Omen,
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez,
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Resolution number 26-227, authorized publication of ordinance 2604 and schedule a public hearing. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilman Casio,
Yes.
Councilman Sears,
Yes.
Councilman Omen,
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez,
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Resolution number 26-228, authorizing referral of reintroduction of ordinance 2604, amending ordinance 2602 as to section 4 only, creating a new chapter 580-38.3 AH-2 Affordable Housing District and establishing development regulations for block 2110, lot 1, and lots 6 through 11 to the planning board for review and recommendation. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second it. Roll call?
Councilman Casio,
Yes.
Councilman Sears,
Yes.
Councilman Omen,
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez,
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Resolution number 26-229, authorize mayor to execute the agreement and general release between the Township of Washington and Lieutenant Roy Scherer. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second it. Roll call?
Councilman Casio,
Yes.
Councilman Sears,
Yes.
Councilman Omen,
No.
Councilwoman Velez,
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Aye, aye.
Council-